So it seems that anime conventions are starting to grab their ban hammers and they're starting to ban the Ahegao clothing. Well, so much for being able to express oneself, am I right? Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, it seems that Ahegao clothing is getting banned from anime conventions, or at least a few of them. They're starting to ban them. We're going to look at an article talking about that. But first, before we get into that, I just want to make a quick announcement, and that is the Q&A will be on Saturday. I forgot to let everyone know, so that is my bad. That's completely on me. So if you have any questions for the Q&A that you would like to see me answer for this month, I'm going to have a pinned comment in the comment section, and there will be a link there. So if you have any questions for the Q&A that you would like to see me answer for this month, go to that link and put the questions there in that comment section, and I will definitely answer them for this month. So it'll come out on Saturday, as well as the RWBY Chapter 12 review, and prepare yourselves because it's going to be a rough ride for that review. But anyways, so for those of you who do not know what Ahegao is faces like this that show a very happy expression, if you get what I mean by happy. And, of course, while it shows these different expressions, pleasured expressions, if you get what I mean, there's tons of memes off of this stuff. It's pretty funny stuff. It's pretty humorous, and, obviously memeing and stuff like that for fun. So, there's that. And it's also an anime, so it's not like you just see this as memes that it's just made by fans. I mean, this is stuff that is seen in anime, and there were some pretty funny memes. I actually did find the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 one right here is actually excellent. Really do like it. So it's also something for fun that people do. And the Neo. Yeah, there's one with Neo. Don't worry about that face. Why she's got that. Everything's good. Let's just move to the article. How about that? So, yeah, apparently, anime conventions are coming together to ban Ahegao clothing. So, here's an article from Bounding into Comics, and it's called Several Anime Conventions Announce New Ban on Attendees Wearing Ahegao Clothing. 3 different anime conventions have announced new policies specifically banning attendees from wearing Ahegao print clothing, citing reasons such as feedback from staff, attendees, guests, and the industry, and the social climate for the ban. Now, of course, it would be the social climate because, people find this offensive, apparently. Ahegao clothing refers to items such as t-shirts or hoodie sweatshirts that bear multiple cropped images that are taken from various specific dojins of characters, making the Ahegao face a facial expression typically featured rolled back eyes and a protruding tongue featured in numerous adult manga and anime. These items have recently grown in popularity as many have begun to wear the t-shirt as an ironic joke or in contrarian response to the growing number of complaints about the adult origins of the clothing. Now see, it's for fun. It's also in terms of response to this kind of stuff. People have been having issues. Now, when I mean people, Twitter Puritans, because the original tweet that was a complaint, the person had said that they didn't want to see this stuff because it was offensive to them. And so they wanted to get it banned, and then of course they deleted the tweet because of backlash. On January 15th, the Colorado Anime Fest became the first convention to officially announce a ban on Ahegao clothing, stating that they will not permit Ahegao or similar clothing with graphic imagery to be worn on the convention floor. Policy update. We've given our existing rules for cosplay and clothing one tweak. Starting with the 2020 con, we will not permit Ahegao or similar clothing with graphic imagery to be worn on the convention floor. And then another tweet, as you may know, we are a con that tries not to have too many rules. We made this change based on feedback from staff, attendees, guests, and industry. We appreciate your understanding and support. Let's see, here's the thing. When it comes down to it, there are so many people that are thin-skinned today that even the slightest little joke they take so seriously or way too far, and they just try to get it banned outright. Or get rid of it, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's one of those think of the children cases, and you'll see what I mean by, oh no, think of the children, as we keep going through this, because that's exactly what this turns out to be. So, the next day, Anime Milwaukee announced a similar change to their costume and clothing policy, stating that this change was implemented because the world and social climate has changed dramatically over the past couple of years. See, social climate. And clarifying that this ban will not affect cosplay costumes. And then here it is in the tweets. Beginning with Anime Milwaukee the 13th, we will be adjusting our costume and clothing policy. Graphic imagery, such as Ahegao and similar designs, is not permitted to be worn on the con floor. We are also providing a clear diagram to illustrate permitted minimum expectations with cosplay. And that makes you wonder how much they're going to change on cosplay as well. Because, if they're getting rid of Ahegao, right, banning people that wear it, then who knows what they're going to do when it comes to cosplay at this point. I mean, this means that cosplay could be in danger as well if you think about it. I guess at this point, they're going to probably adjust that too. Oh boy. Just thinking about that doesn't sound good already. We know that some may not agree with this ban. The world and social climate has changed dramatically over the past couple of years. See, they use that excuse. Social climate has changed. See, same excuse. And as an event that hasn't always gotten it right in the past, we adamantly believe conventions must adapt as well. Oh yeah, because, adapt to social justice, because PC culture, because all those woke crap. Because, if you don't adjust, then you're an ist or a phobe, as they always say, right? So, of course, putting on these restrictions, it's not looking good. And, of course, when it comes to Ahegao, yeah, there could be some pretty risky stuff out there, but if it's just the faces, in which that's what it is, just the faces, there's nothing wrong with that. But, of course, somebody had to complain, and this had to happen. We aren't the first con to implement this policy, but we know we won't be the last, and we're proud to be part of the early wave. Oh yeah, early wave to do what? Stop people from being able to freely express themselves? Because that's exactly what it sounds like right here. I mean, us anime fans, big thing is, we like to express ourselves freely, and to start with this is already starting to cut some people off. I mean, I myself, I've cosplayed a few times. Love doing it. Could you imagine not being able to freely express yourself? That wouldn't be cool. I mean, just taking away Ahegao clothing, which some people really do like, it's taking away their freedom to express themselves, and that's not right. It just comes down to banning and censorship, which we don't need to have happen. As I always say, censorship, not necessary. Clarification. We're seeing some confusion on cosplay. Save for this ban, we did not change any rules on cosplay. The diagram is an illustration of some policies we've had for years. Update. We're seeing some confusion on cosplay requirements. Save for this ban, we did not change any existing rules on cosplay from previous years. We have removed the diagram because it was causing more confusion than it was helping. We appreciate the chance to clarify. See, here's the thing about that. Despite this, the big issue here is that this may eventually go into cosplay because, you're going to have Puritans on Twitter who are going to complain about, oh, that's offensive. I can't stand the way that looks. It's so terrible. I can already imagine right now, if they start hearing complaints about cosplay, then they're going to start putting rules in here. I mean, if they're doing it with Ahegao, then they're going to probably eventually start putting in rules for cosplay. Because if they're bending the knee here with Ahegao because of a few people saying, oh, it's offensive, then, you better believe they'll probably start bending the knee again, and it's just going to get that much worse. And then more and more fans are going to be furious with anime conventions over this, which could then affect the industry. Hello, attendees! As we come closer to con, we have re-examined some of our policies. We have pride ourselves on being family-friendly convention. Oh boy! Protect the children. And because of this, we have decided to follow suit with some of our fellow conventions and further clarify our costume policy. Costume policy. That's already not sounding good at all. Because this is typically how it works. You'll have the Twitter Puritans, And they'll come in, they'll start making complaints, and then what happens? You'll see companies, they'll start to bend the knee. And this could be the same situation with this convention issue. Many conventions are already starting to bend the knee here, and it could get worse as time goes on. This is not looking like a good situation at all whatsoever. We will not be allowing clothing with graphic imagery such as Ahegao and other designs like it on public space in our convention hotel. This policy will be in effect for our 2020 convention and all future conventions. And that's the thing. This is how it starts. You see, they have these Twitter Puritans come on here, start to make a complaint. When they start making complaints, this is when they look at it and they go, well, it seems like people are upset over so-and-so thing, so what should we do about it? Get rid of it. Get it out. And they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, ban it. Or, whatever. And then this is what happens. They start to do this, and then slowly over time, it starts to get worse and worse. You start to see them bend the knee more, and it just becomes more of a decline of it being fun for people, and then less freedom for people to express themselves. We understand some may not agree with this, but we feel this policy is necessary to continue to provide a place for all ages to enjoy. Oh no, think of the children, think of the children. It's always think of the kids, every single time. That's exactly what it is. It's think of the kids. This is what I'm saying. You can tell because they're saying all ages, social climate. This is exactly what they're saying here. And then another one, which is the Milwaukee Convention, saying, you have our full support. And then a Colorado Anime Fest even responded and says, and ours. Whew. Oh man, I mean, and this is just over images of a face. Face. Like, with just smiles and stuff, just over, happy reasons, if you get what I mean. But a face is offensive, apparently, now. It's to the point where faces are offensive. Be careful, because if you look at somebody with a smiling face, they might get offended. Oh no! I mean, seriously, it's hypocritical. These conventions, come on. What are you doing? While some applauded these policy changes, that would be the insane Puritans on Twitter, others took issue with the apparent hypocrisy of the convention's decisions, as while the Ahegao clothing items were targeted for their associations, cosplayers were still permitted unrestricted. And then a person responded with, it's not offensive, it's doujins, and it's only faces. People who know it means they have watched some doujins. People who don't know it probably won't give it much attention. Anime cons are meant to let people express themselves. If you want to hear it, do it. Where has freedom gone? Oh, Puritans have taken it away with woke culture. That's where it's gone. It's getting to that point. It's terrible. It's, oh god, it's the insanity of this. If you're going this route, you might as well ban scantily clad cosplay outright too. This is a very slippery slope, and it sets a bad precedent. I don't like the shirts myself, but I dislike censorship of con-goers even more. And that's exactly what this is. This is censoring them completely of any way to express themselves. It's really disgusting. Will you get rid of fishnets, skin-tight outfits, cleavage, midriffs, etc.? I need you to think of the children. Think of the children! You guys suck. And that's true, because they're stripping away the freedoms of what con-goers want to do. They have the right to wear whatever they want. To take this away from them completely gets rid of their artistic flow, as well as their own freedom to express themselves however they please. Just because somebody's offended by something doesn't mean that you ban something outright because, social climate. No, you let people freely express themselves. This is just a hypocritical act to throw in, and if anything, it's going to make things worse for cons in the future. You don't take away people's freedom of expression. You don't take away that. This is why they go to these conventions, to have a wonderful time and to freely just have a good time however they want. And by putting up these rules, you're restricting them from that, and you're taking away their freedoms. I mean, if this keeps up, it'll get worse, and more people will stop going to cons at this point. But anyways, Let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube's unsubscribing people from their favorite channels. So make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the video with a like if you enjoyed. Share this video on social media and spread the word. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps the channel out a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there, and it will also keep you up to date on any updates, as well as any upcoming events, and when the next video will come out. So, the link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.